The more I exercise, the more money I make. I was on a call with my mum a few days ago, and on the call, I said, "Mum, I've got to cut this call short. If I don't go to the gym right now, I think my head's going to explode and I'm just going to quit everything, quit the whole business." And she was like, okay, no worries, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And what I realized was when I exercise, I just feel better, and that should be kind of obvious by now. There's enough science out there, Andrew Huberman stuff. You know, we know exercise is good for us, but why do so many people, especially entrepreneurs, why do they still neglect it? And why do they think that if they actually maybe choose to work harder instead of going for a walk or going for a gym workout, or instead of meditating in the morning, they're just going to grind harder? Why do they think that's going to actually lead to better results in their business? Because in my experience, that hasn't been the case. When I feel good, I perform good. For me, I see being an entrepreneur, I see having your own business as you're a performance athlete. So, and it's just so many examples that really hit this home and ring true for me. Like, for example, my biggest ever month, and this was all lump sum, this all came at once, this wasn't like I wasn't making this monthly, but it was 240k lump sum. Launched a project, a digital product. That came when I was meditating every single day, every single morning for 20 minutes without fail. And then another example, my most sustained business growth, so this was when with my personal brand, I was making around 12k a month, monthly recurring. So like this was consistently coming in every month. That came when every morning I would go for a walk and I would meditate or pray. And so I don't see it just being as like exercise as being physical exercise. I also see it as like mental exercise. I see the mind and the body as one thing. You need to be keeping these habits up, and you need to be doing these things which aren't just focused on work all the time. You need to stay moving. You need to keep moving. Because for me, meditation and prayer and exercise and going to the gym aren't just nice habits. If I don't do those, everything collapses around me, because up here, I'm not okay. And if I'm not okay up here, my business suffers. So if I'm not performing mentally, my business is not performing. Now, I know there's some people out there, some of the freaks, right, who don't actually care how they feel at all. They just want to grind. I'm not that kind of guy. You know, look where I am right now. Like, I like to be in a peaceful state. I like a bit of stress. I like my life. I like living. I like feeling good. For me, feeling good is arguably the most important thing, because all we really have is the present moment right now. So in this moment right now, I don't want to just be suffering. I want to feel good. So I want to feel good about my work. And when I feel good about my work, I perform better. If I feel good in the gym, I lift heavier weights. It is like, feeling good is not something to be demonized. It's not a luxury that you don't deserve if you're in business. It is quite literally the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that matters, because all you've got is this experience in this moment right now. So when and this is another important point here, recently I've been experiencing a lot of growth personally and also in my business. And what I realized was I've actually been very dedicated to my gym routine. So my gym routine, I took like you've heard me talk about this on this channel before. I took this like Mike Mentzer, Dorian Yates approach. Don't worry, I'll explain what that means. Which is like, you go really, really hard for one set to failure, and you track your lifts every single week, every single lift, and you keep upping the weight. It's called progressive overload. And since I've been tracking the weight I've been lifting and I've been using that method, my gains have been like almost, I don't want to use the word astronomical, but because I do have a bit of muscle memory from training, but for just a few years, well, my whole life basically, but the growth and the results have been so fast, and they're compounding even faster. And it's because I'm actually tracking the lifts and I'm actually progressively overloading. I've got an eye on the numbers. Like it's a methodical approach. I've then taken that same mindset into my business, and now my business is growing more predictably than ever. I'm doing things more efficiently. I'm not missing things that I should have been missing before. I'm more in control of the results because I'm more on top of things in my gym routine. So I was talking with a few friends the other night, and we reminded each other of a quote from James Clear, which is, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you are exercising and you are you have a clear program, you have a clear system, you're tracking your progress, or whatever it is, how you like to exercise, that is going to have a direct impact on your business and how you approach your business and how you approach making money. So for me, for some reason, my logical brain and the way that I like to operate, for some reason tracking my lifts gets me more gains in the gym. So therefore I need to be tracking my numbers in my business if I want to see growth. Seems kind of obvious. That works for me. It might not work for you. There are tons of people that get results in the gym without tracking their lifts. They just go for a high volume, they just do loads more reps, and they just work really, really hard. I get that, but working really, really, really hard without sort of like being precise and being intentional, that is not what I want to do. I would rather go for the highest leverage. I'd rather do the highest leverage things I can do to get the maximum results. So I'd rather do the least amount of work, spend the least amount of time on it to get the maximum output, maximum outcome. So it's about leverage. So going back to the original point, like the more I exercise, the more money I make. It's because when I'm focused on my training, not only do I feel good, but my mindset is in a more disciplined state, which means that I'm able to attack my work with a lot more intensity, and I'm actually able to focus harder on what matters rather than just working. So feeling good, and then using that feeling to absolutely crush your work with the kind of intensity or the kind of systems that you're using in your fitness. You're bringing that mindset to your business. So you're approaching business like fitness. See how it works. Like if you're not looking after your health, you're not looking after your fitness, you're not going to be looking after your business in the same way. You respect your body, you respect your business, and you probably are going to respect your relationships better as well. So I'm all about leverage. I would rather track my lifts to get consistent progress and use intensity rather than just volume, hustle to get results, and use intensity and focus. But that means you've got to know what to focus on. So if I'm able to generate 12K plus per month by focusing on the right things rather than working all day so I can work 3 hours a day, I would rather do that. Does that not make sense to you? Even if I could get like 15K a month if I was working 12 hours a day, I'd rather get more out of my time so I can actually enjoy my life. That's what it's all about for me. I want to actually enjoy my life. So my system is the 3-hour system. You might have heard me talk about it on this channel before. I like to work 3 hours a day. Sometimes I work a bit more if there's a project that I'm doing. But ideally, 3 hours a day, sometimes 2 hours a day, because the system is designed to have everything you need to do that. You work on the highest leverage things in 3 hours. We can grow the business with just 3 hours of work. Like, that is the world I want to live in, and that's the world that I've created for myself. That's why I'm able to sit here and make this video on basically a tropical island. My work is flexible. I can do this in 1 3-hour block in the morning. I can do this in 3 different hour blocks. I could do half an hour here, but the point is, like, everything I need to grow my business gets done in 3 hours, and sometimes less. And if I want to work more, I will. It's a choice, because I actually enjoy what I do. But the point is that you don't have to work all day to get results. You don't have to spend all week in the gym to get results. I'd rather feel good about my work, and I'd rather feel good about my training, and I'd rather feel good about my life than just be hustling all the time, working all the time, working out all the time. I want to get maximum bang for buck, and that's what the 3-hour system does. So if you are interested in learning how the 3-hour system works, learning a little bit more about my 3-hour philosophy and sort of like how I've built a business around my life, how I was actually able to scale my personal brand to 15K per month without needing a huge audience. I had about 4,000 followers when I hit that first 15K month. And without working more than 3 hours a day. I invite you to join my email list. There's a link down below. Just click that link. I'm gonna send you a daily insight where I'll basically show you how I'm able to build this life, how I'm able to scale my personal brand to 5-figure months with very, to be honest, not the biggest audience in the world, and without putting too much time in the day so I can actually enjoy my life. If you want that as well, just simply click the link below, join my email list. I share everything now. Like, I'm just gonna share everything with you. And the coolest thing is I also make invitations there to actually come and get deeper into my world. So yeah, if you want to get closer to me and sort of like get closer to my ideas and my work, then that's where you want to go. And I'd love to see you there. I'd love to see you there. I'd love to chat with you, and yeah, hopefully help you build your dream life, really. Sounds cliche, but it's possible. You just have to make a choice, and we'll do it together. So appreciate you watching. Keep exercising, and yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.